A Hollywood actor known for his presence in several roles, both in television and in movies, fires 3 shots at his wife of 10 years in their Los Angeles home, killing her.
My son-in-law called me and texted me and said he'd come get the kids because he shot April, our daughter.
Okay, is the police on the line?
Yes.
Stand by. Sir PD, I'm 30, incident 1284.
What drove him to the point of no return? So much so that he had to make sure she was dead by murdering her in front of their children. Was there anything that could have been done to prevent this from happening? What were the signs that friends and family saw that alluded to trouble in paradise? Hey there, welcome to Cost of Crime. If you're here for the first time, please subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell beside it so you get notifications whenever I upload new content. And if you've been here before, thank you for coming back. In today's video, we'll be talking about the murder of April Jace, who was shot to death by her husband, Michael Jace, on May 19, 2014. April Jace was a track and field athlete who was married to actor Michael Jace for 10 years before he killed her. She was born on May 6, 1974 in Hawthorne, California, a suburb of Los Angeles, and later attended Hawthorne High School and California State University in Fullerton, which is about a 40-minute drive from Hawthorne. April was a track runner who competed with the elite health squad before joining the Trojan Masters Club. In 2013, at age of 39, she won the 100-meter W35 title in Southern California, which means women 35 and older. April was ranked 5th in the United States, and she was a finalist and gold medalist in the 4x100 relay race at the 2011 World Championships. April earned a degree in early childhood and adolescent development in college and went on to become a teacher. At the time of her death, she was working as a financial counselor at Biola University's financial department, where many spoke highly of her for her customer service and willingness to go the extra mile. Michael Jace was born in Paterson, New Jersey on July 13, 1962. His career began in 1992 when he appeared on a Law & Order episode, but he went on to appear in a variety of television shows and films, including Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, and Forrest Gump, in which he played the leader of the Black Panthers. In the 1995 film Michael Jordan, An American Hero, he portrayed Michael Jordan and also played a role as boxer Mitch Green during his career as well. He was later casted as an officer in the television series The Shield in 2002, and he appeared in 88 episodes. Before marrying April, he was previously married to Jennifer Bitterman from 1995 through 2002 when they divorced. He and April had 2 children together, Nemea and Caleb. April had a teenage son from a previous relationship named Savoy Brown, and Michael also had a son, Jordan Jace, from his previous marriage. When asked about his parenting style, his ex-wife stated, "Michael was a horrible father who made Jordan cower in fear with his bullying approach to discipline." She stated, "He regularly threatened their son with corporal punishment and beat him for crying in fear." April and Michael attended church on a regular basis and had several friends who they had fellowship outside of service as well. Many of their friends perceived their relationship to have issues like any other, but did not see any red flags to have any idea that such a murderous end was around the corner. Several years into the couple's marriage, things began to take a turn for the worse due to financial constraints. For a period of 5 to 6 years, Michael had difficulty finding acting work and was essentially unemployed. He admittedly thought that because he was not working or making the money he did when they first met, his relationship with April was faltering because of the strain it caused on their ability to maintain the lifestyle they'd become accustomed to. After The Shield stopped filming at the end of 2006, Michael struggled to obtain long-term acting roles. At that time, his monthly income was around $54,000, and their monthly expenses were around $53,000. However, by 2011, Michael's monthly income had reduced to $17,000 due to his inability to find steady acting work. April was then left with the task of earning money. As a teacher, she barely made $1,976 per month. As you all probably know, making this amount of money is not ideal for living anywhere in Los Angeles, even back in 2011 through 2014. Also, even though many of you all are probably thinking, between Michael's $17,000 a month and her almost $2,000 a month, that should have been more than enough to live off of. When you factor in their children together and outside of the marriage, along with the fact that they had lost over half of their household income in only a few years, this is quite a large adjustment to make. After struggling for several years with no sign of his acting career turning around, Michael filed for bankruptcy in March of 2011. Around this time, he also began to question April's commitment to their marriage, alleging she had an outside lover. This was another source of strain on the marriage, as Michael constantly suspected April of cheating on him, and it reportedly had a detrimental impact on their ability to communicate effectively or trust one another. On May 18, 2014, April's oldest son, Savoy, and her nephew, Christopher, paid a visit to the couple, staying at their house and going to the movies with April. The following day, Christopher was awakened to Michael yelling, "You do not have a godly reason for a divorce," according to reports. The yelling and arguing lasted for several minutes until two loud crashes were heard. Hearing the yelling, along with a vase smashing and numerous items being pushed over during the commotion, Savoy took out a baseball bat and headed towards the commotion to protect his mother. After April saw him, seeing him, she pleaded with him to put it down and assured him that things were under control. April left with Savoy and Christopher before 8 a.m. to take her children to school. April requested that her friend Kenneth Brown check on Michael, as she was concerned about his violent behavior, especially with kids in the home. Kenneth agreed and texted Michael, "When trouble comes, be full of joy." "Maybe too late. April wants out, and I'm weary of pleading," Michael replied. Michael sent April 95 text messages on May 19, 2014, and they sent 164 messages in total. April texted Michael saying, "I don't want you throwing things and breaking things and screaming lies to the boys. I'm afraid to come home. I am glad you're praying." Michael texted back saying, "I can vacate the premises for the night. Just give me time and I'll leave." Michael continued to accuse April of having an affair, which she denied. He texted her saying, "I'm really shocked at how comfortable a woman of God just walks out of a marriage," to which she answered, "Stop throwing the Bible at me." April's last text message was sent at 8:12 p.m., informing Michael that her son had a good time during their outing. Michael's phone was disconnected between 8:06 and 8:23 p.m. When it was reconnected, however, it showed that he was close to his and April's house. Michael texted April's stepfather at 8:23 p.m. saying, "Come get the boys. I just shot April." On May 19, 2014, late at night, authorities were called to the couple's house in Los Angeles' Hyde Park area, where April was discovered shot to death on her back in the hallway. Michael was brought in and charged with the murder of April Jace on May 20th, and his bail was set at $1 million. When authorities questioned Michael about the shooting, he stated that he wanted to work things out, but April refused, and that because he was in pain, April should be in pain as well. Because April was a runner, he shot her in the legs to make her feel the pain. He said, "You like to run so much, why don't you try running to heaven?" Michael claimed to be drinking while holding a fully loaded gun beside him before he shot April. He also claimed that there was a knife on the kitchen table that April tried to lunge at him with, but no knife was found at the crime site. Michael stated that they got into a fight and the gun went off, shooting her in both legs and the back. He described his marriage as happy and loving, and he said he would never harm her. Even though he confessed, Michael Jace pled not guilty to the crime. The matter was then tried in front of a jury of 6 women and 6 men. During the trial, prosecutors portrayed a picture of Michael being obsessed with the thought that his wife was cheating on him. There was also argument that he was overly jealous and did not enjoy the fact that April was on a co-ed team because she was constantly surrounded by men. The defense argued that when April was murdered, Michael was just not in his right mind. They tried to define this as a crime of passion that clouded his judgment. Despite the arguments, Michael was found guilty of second-degree murder by a jury on May 31, 2016. He was sentenced to 40 years to life in prison on June 10, 2016. Michael Jace is currently incarcerated at the Centinela State Prison in California. April's family described her death as a senseless act of domestic violence. A GoFundMe website was set up to help the children. The financial office of Biola University was closed in her memory, and the director praised her work ethic and the service she provided to the students. A memorial service was held at the university's Calvary Chapel, and a memorial scholarship was named after her. Her son stated that his mother was always happy, no matter what happened in life, and that he feels she's now happy in the afterlife. Now that we've come to the end of this video, I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comments section. Do you believe that Michael was truly out of his mind at the time of killing, or that he had made up his mind that if he couldn't have April, nobody would? There was some talk about April's affair during Michael's trial, but the judge made sure not to allow it to consume the proceedings or absolve Michael of his part in her death. There were also no details related to the said affair allowed during the proceeding, such as how long it allegedly took place or whom it involved. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. Don't forget to like this video and share it with the people you know who may enjoy this content as well. It helps the channel grow and allows me to create this content for you in the future. Catch you in the next video.